Welcome to Scamversations, where we dive into deceptive scams and help you safeguard your future. Today, we're unpacking Medicare scams, particularly how someone might call claiming you need to verify your Medicare number.
I'm all in. Medicare scams sound so sneaky. They really exploit trust, right?
Absolutely. It's like, these scammers start with a friendly sounding call saying they're from Medicare services or some government agency. They claim you're due for a new card or that your benefits are at risk. They create this sense of urgency
Right.
that makes you want to fix things immediately.
Yeah, and that urgency is such a red flag. I mean, real government agencies don't just call you out of the blue, yeah?
Exactly. And then there's the impersonation bit. Scammers spoof caller IDs so it looks official. They pose as Medicare agents, insurance reps, or even doctors' offices. It's really a layered setup to gain your trust.
Uh-huh. It's like they design everything to fool you into thinking it's legit.
Right. And once they've got you talking, they start fishing for your personal info. Your Medicare number, full name, address, date of birth, even banking details, all under the guise of verification.
Mm-hmm. That's when it really gets dangerous because giving out that info can compromise your entire identity.
Exactly. And then they dangle the bait of bogus benefits, like free back braces, DNA testing kits, diabetic supplies, or even COVID-19 tests. It sounds amazing until you realize these items, or the promise of them, end up costing Medicare thousands.
Right. So it's not just about stealing information, it's about defrauding the system and sometimes even ruining your medical records.
Mm-hmm. And that's the scary part. Once they get your Medicare number, they can file false claims, drain your benefits, and interfere with your legitimate medical records. It's like handing over the keys to your health care without even knowing it.
Whoa, that's really unsettling. Can you imagine receiving a Medicare summary notice and discovering charges for something you never ordered?
Exactly. There was this case in Florida. A woman got a call offering a free knee brace, just needing to verify her Medicare ID. Within a month, fraudulent charges of over $4,000 were piled up under her name.
That's crazy. And then there's the case with DNA testing kits. Multiple kits arriving in the mail, with each test billed for over $10,000. It's surreal.
Right. And it's not just the financial damage, but it also puts her medical care and insurance at risk. It's like an assault on both your wallet and your well-being.
I gotta say, the consequences here are really severe. One wrong call, and suddenly your health records are in jeopardy.
Yep, exactly. Now, let's talk about how to protect yourself. First and foremost, if you get any unsolicited calls about Medicare, just hang up. Real Medicare reps never call you unless you've initiated contact.
Hang up immediately if you're unsure. It sounds simple, but I imagine some people might be tempted to stay on the line because of that urgency, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. They design that urgency to make you act without thinking. And another tip, never give your Medicare or Social Security number to strangers. Only share it with trusted providers like your doctor's office or
Right
pharmacy.
on. And I guess checking your Medicare summary notices consistently is key too, to spot any unrecognized charges.
For sure. And if something doesn't add up, report it immediately by calling 1-800-MEDICARE or visiting www.medicare.gov. It's about staying proactive. If you catch it early, you can nip it in the bud.
Mm-hmm. That's solid advice. But some people might argue that if an offer sounds too good, maybe it's worth a second thought instead of just hanging up immediately. What do you think about that?
Well, I respectfully challenge that. The phrase, your Medicare number is not a coupon code, is literally saying it's not something to be freely shared for freebies. The risk far outweighs any potential benefit, especially when it comes to personal health and financial
Sure, I
security.
agree with that. Yeah, it's like, if you think about it in any other context, sharing a key piece of information would be unthinkable, right?
Exactly. And scammers often use these offers of free supplies to obscure what's really at stake. They may offer you, say, a free DNA test, and you never realize your Medicare is being charged a ridiculous fee.
So they're playing with your trust in the health system itself. It's like they want to not only steal from you, but also mess up your medical history.
Absolutely. And that can have a ripple effect, affecting your legitimate care, insurance claims, even your future treatment options. It's a multi-layered trap.
Definitely sounds like a web of deception. It makes you wonder how many people have fallen for this before noticing.
Far too many, unfortunately. That's why educating not just ourselves, but our loved ones, especially the elderly, is so critical. These scammers target older adults precisely because they might not be as attuned to these red flags.
Uh-huh, true. So aside from hanging up and not sharing info, what else can people do to stay safe?
Well, besides checking your Medicare summaries and reporting suspicious calls, staying informed is key. Know that Medicare will never call you unexpectedly, and if someone insists otherwise, it's a scam.
Yeah, definitely. And perhaps using call blocking tools or phone safety apps can add another layer of protection. Even though that's a bit beyond the basic advice, it's still something many might consider.
Right. While our focus here is on the core strategies, additional tech measures can only help. The main take home is that any unsolicited call asking for your Medicare number or other sensitive info should be met with immediate skepticism.
Mm-hmm. It's as if protecting your Medicare number is like guarding a golden ticket. It's vital for your security and peace of mind.
Yes, absolutely. And just to reemphasize, if an offer sounds too good to be true, like free medical equipment or services, it probably is. Always verify through official channels before taking any action.
I love how straightforward that is. Trust your instincts, verify independently, and speak up if something seems off.
Exactly. And remember, educating our communities, especially older family members, can prevent these scams from succeeding. Spread the word about how scammers operate and what signs to watch for.
Mm-hmm. Knowledge really is power when it comes to these scams.
Absolutely. With the right information, you can protect not just yourself, but also ensure that Medicare remains a tool for your health, not a vulnerability exploited by fraudsters.
This has been eye-opening. I mean, it's clear that a simple phone call can spiral into financial and health dangers if you're not careful.
Right. So as we wrap up, remember, if you receive an unsolicited call about Medicare, hang up, verify through official means, and if in doubt, report it. Keeping your personal info private is paramount.
Well said. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and thanks for joining in on this discussion. Catch you next time on Scamversations.
Love watching our content? Watch more online at lrces.tv. Linda Roberts calls scammers television, outsmarting scammers Linda's way.